I'm Harry Vanderspiegel. I'm a doctor. You don't have anything to worry about. I'm not an alien.
All right, look, that's one creepy some bitch, right?
It's okay for people to be a little bit different sometimes.
This is some bullshit.
You bastards are gonna own me.
Are you ready?
You bet your ass I'm ready.
You know, I'm not a big fan of that bark like a chicken, cluck like a dog stuff.
They think they'll beat the devil. Nobody beats me.
You can run, but you can't hide from Crazy Eddie.
Evil events from evil causes spring. Aristophanes said that.
I told you, good shot to the face always gets the juices flowing. Come on, let's tango.
So,
Sit back.
relax and enjoy.
Oh my God.
You are psychotic.
And when I return, I'm to drink a bottle of scotch, as if it were Chicky von Richthofen's blood, and celebrate his death.
Can I get a hell yeah?
Things I do for these people.
It's a bit more than I could bear.
Welcome to the Graveyard Shift. We are happy Friday the 13th, everybody. And you are not mistaken. That was the Resident Alien intro. And I don't know what happened to my intro for Friday the 13th, season 3, because quite frankly, season 3 is on the shits anyway. So who gives a damn? And but we're still going to cover it anyway. It's still a decent show to watch. And Kevin, thank you for joining me again this week. How you been doing there, buddy?
Good, dude. Good. It was a good Friday the 13th today. It's been a good week, but it was a good Friday the 13th.
Bro, I love Friday the 13th. I always have a good goddamn day. Had a couple of drinks tonight. I'm ready to roll and talk about season 3 of this show, where like poor, I don't know, we lose one of our buddies in this season in like 40 minutes.
We lose the hero of the show, like
the heart and soul brother, not Jack. Jack is great, but we lose Ryan, everybody.
Jack is dad. Like Ryan was the main character. He really was. And that's not to say that Roby wasn't as an important character as John. They were both
great.
They were both really strong, but Ryan was very much the hero out of the two, and the one that always had to plunge headfirst in order to save everyone else. And that was very much the case in a lot of the episodes. And that changed drastically this season. Both in the fact that we lost Ryan and
we gained a Johnny.
We gained a Johnny that's not a hero. Like, he sucks.
Johnny! Get screwed, brother. Oh my God.
Yeah, like he's tactically inept, physically inept.
He's a goddamn moron, and I'm sorry, the actor did not have any chemistry with anybody in this season. Period.
We're gonna go to hell. He's gonna hear this and kill us, and we're gonna go to hell.
Bring it. Like I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry at the same time. The actor he had no chemistry with anybody, and he was a poor actor. He just didn't fit anything at all. Okay, so he's got a problem with his dad being dead, and he resurrects him in an episode with the devil coin from a previous season. Okay, so you wasted an Easter egg on that. And he had no emotion for that. Yes, he certainly tried. I don't fault the actor for trying, but it was freaking terrible, bro. Like, I felt nothing in any of his emotional scenes. he didn't have what it took to carry this show forward. And I'm sorry, John was the better actor. And him checking out was a sign of maybe the show should have ended at 2 seasons.
Yeah, that's a good possibility. He may have seen the scripts incoming and been like, this is not for me.
I'm noping out.
Yeah. Because there's a dramatic change of plot motivators in this season from the first 2 seasons. And it's very noticeable. Uncle Lewis is not mentioned hardly at all, if at all, in this season.
At the very beginning of the intro for the narration to catch people up on, hey, if you haven't watched the previous 2 seasons, this is what's going on. And that's it.
Yeah, and it's not that Uncle Lewis's story was concluded. It's that it's nothing to do with the cursed artifacts that he already sold or that Ryan and Mickey sold. None of that is referenced. Like the manifest is there, but they don't say what the manifest is. It's just the manifest.
They only bring it up once in it. Well, in like the first few episodes that we watched, we only watched about half the episodes of the season, and it's only brought up once. And Johnny's like, "Oh, I should have looked at the manifest. Oh no!" It's like, bro, screw off. Like, are you neutral? You've been hanging around for a year and a half. Like, you don't know this by now? Fucking moron.
Spaghetti-o.
I mean, pardon my language, but fucking moron.
Yeah, and you know, the thing is Johnny's going to get the bad rap for that when it was the writers that did it. But the head writer needed to have been QAing this shit. I don't know who that was at the time.
Or like any of the other actors been like, this doesn't make sense for his character. He actually is kind of smart. No, he's not. He still sucks anyway.
He still sucks anyway. That was really stupid.
I'm sorry. I'm going to be brutal on this the whole episode. Like, Johnny was a terrible addition, and losing John was terrible.
Yes, I definitely want to say it's a leg sweep. They swept the leg with taking John away, or with John leaving.
Yep.
John left. They didn't take him away.
No, John left. He wanted different acting abilities. There's it's on the Crystal Lake memory set. I should have rewatched that, but he actually talks about like, I wanted to do something more. I felt like I was being pigeonholed, and the character was being stuck in a little bit of a what is it? A route, or being stuck in a groove, anything like that. You just felt like he wanted the character to move forward, and it wasn't moving forward. But it's like, with this kind of show, bro, I hate to break it to you, but you kind of have a character. When it comes to a TV show, you have a character you need to fulfill, and it's up to you to evolve it, not the writers. The writers can evolve it up to a point, but you got to push it forward, and you got to stand up for yourself. And he probably did with season 3, but that's where they're like, hey, if you don't want to be around here, bye. Well, and then they found out real quick. You say that to an actor, and you find out, shit, we just lost half our cast, and now the show sucks.
You say that to an actor with half a sack, then yeah. And John did.
And John, props, bro. Seriously, I ain't knocking you on that.
No, he wanted to be in the movies and shit. Like, literally wanted to be in the Friday the 13th movie. And why the fuck not? He deserved it.
Well, he wanted to do more than just being a TV actor. And nothing wrong with that at all. He wanted to do stage plays. He wanted to do movies. He wanted to do a bunch of other things. It's like, you don't want to get pigeonholed in that. But if this show was only going to go 3 seasons, I maybe would have stuck around for the 3rd season just to end it. They didn't know. Nobody really knew.
Yeah, to have it be a legacy thing, like cap it off, but you know, you got to pay your bills. That's more important than a legacy.
God damn.
I dig that. That's just like the people being told by Disney, you know, we can't pay you, but you can tell people that you were part of the MCU. No, that's cool. You could pay me.
Now you can go and be in Jason Goes to Hell.
Yeah, at least he got to be the hero in that.
The main name that crossed over from the TV show to the film franchise. I would have called him Ryan in the damn movie. Just saying.
We don't want to confuse people. We don't want to get sued by the other people. Who are they?
Yeah, we don't want CBS Paramount to confuse us with the New Line people.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. It was New Line at this point, wasn't it?
Yeah, and they had no freaking idea that he was part of the TV show.
Get out. Is this another?
No, that's part of the Crystal Lake Memories. Like info is like they didn't even do their damn homework. They just thought he was a good fit for Goes to Hell.
Well, that is awesome. That is awesome. Golly, we've had some happy accidents that way, and we've had some not so happy accidents that way. Like when they told Ernie Hudson he didn't sound enough like the guy from Ghostbusters to be the voice of Winston on the real Ghostbusters.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I never heard that before.
Yeah, they told Ernie Hudson he didn't sound enough like the guy on the movie, so they cast Arsenio Hall instead.
I have never heard that before until now.
Yeah.
That is the dumbest fucking thing I think I've ever heard officially now.
Yeah, and he didn't tell them that he was the guy in the movie, but he was just kind of like, are you for real right now? Like, I don't. Like, I don't know.
You just broke my brain right now. I really didn't know that.
Ask Chad tomorrow. I swear to God.
Oh, shit.
And he will have a much better recount of the story of what happened than I do. Like, I swear
All right,
to God.
Chad. I'm putting you on notice, brother. I'm asking you tomorrow.
On Deadwire Live.
Yep. Saturday night live stream, everybody. Like, share, subscribe. Oh, wait. I should have done that like about 10 minutes ago.
That's why nobody's... Oh, man. They forgot to do that, and now they won't know where to come back.
Dude, it's Friday the 13th. People are partying, they're drinking, they're having sex, they're
dying,
smoking some dope, they're having some good times, and they'll catch us on the replay. So on the replay, like this video, please. We do appreciate it.
Yes. Or they're watching Master Pancake's Tommy Jarvis marathon. They're on part 6.
He struck on one out too?
Yep. I forgot what time it started, and I was focused on doing this. Like, we've got our own shit to do on Friday nights, but I was like, oh man, I do love me some Tommy Jarvis, and I most certainly love Master Pancake. Gotta work.
That's true. But
it involved part 5, and I'd still watch part 3 or season 3 over Friday the 13th, part 5. Any day out of the week.
That's true.
I'll give season 3 that much.
Hey, are you getting ready for Jason X on Tuesday next week?
Yeah, actually. I was talking to Zach about that last night, and that's why
he started DMing me.
Did he?
He slid into my DMs. He's like, hey, I'm looking forward to this. My wife hates this movie. I'm like,
Harsh. Why?
Like, save it for Tuesday.
Yeah.
Hey, if you want to talk about this shit show that's season 3 of Friday the 13th, the TV series, hey, that's cool too.
Well, I was going to mention the conversation that we were having last night later on. The episode 307, I think it's the 7th one, the one where Hate on the Radio, Hate on Your Dial.
Oh, that's number 6 technically. Yeah.
Anyway, fuck you. I'm going by IMDb.
Hey, we're having a party.
Yeah. So anyway, I just totally lost my point on episode 7. What were we talking?
Don't fuck with me.
Dick.
No, you were talking about the radio episode, which felt like it was a replay of a previous season episode where they used a radio before, but it was a cathedral radio, not a car radio.
And they went in time by using black and white, but it was to the 1800s, not the 1960s or 50s, whatever it was.
It was the most racist episode I think I've ever seen of a TV show outside of Quantum Leap.
Yeah, and we'll get to that. But I just remembered, thank you. The reason why I was bringing up or going to bring up the conversation with Zach last night is because I just caught something watching episode 307 that I'd never caught before. There's another actor that's gone from this show to the Friday the 13th movies, and he's in Jason X.
Which one is it? Is it the doctor in Jason X?
No, Archie, the guy that plays Archie in 307.
Oh.
He is the seller or the buyer that the professor contacts in the middle of the night to buy Jason.
Right on. Good catch.
Thank you. Thank you. I have my moments. Kevin. Did I get a picture? Nay, but it's there, I promise.
Hey, you won't lie to us, Kevin. So everybody, Kevin's on the up and up with us tonight.
Yeah. I paid
Kevin
attention.
must be sober tonight, is what's going on.
No, I'm not. That's the thing. It's
God damn it. Get high. Let's go. Let's party. Yeah, I'm wearing a tank top tonight. Whatever. I didn't feel like changing before our show. I was just like, I'm just gonna check out my Twitter messages and wait like 20 minutes before our show starts. And god dang, ABF's got a girlfriend and gonna be setting up a double date soon. So other than that, hey, Friday the 13th, season 3, yo.
Almost as bad as we make it sound.
We almost want to talk about anything other than like season 3. We were talking before we went live on this stream, and it's like this is not a good season.
Yeah, and we've gotten out our Johnny hate. Well, some of it we've expressed that we hate Johnny.
I hate Johnny.
We haven't gotten it all out, but
it'll never get out.
There was a downstep of story creativity here. They didn't have as many new things. There was a lot of
cliff diving is what I call it. Jesus Christ.
Well, like the callbacks are fun, but like that took away from other artifacts or antiques that they could have found. Now there's going to be an episode next episode for us that you're going to see. The Pen is Mightier, or whatever it was. What is it? Mightier than the sword.
You're okay. This one, real fucking ugly.
Real fucking ugly. I think episode 310 or 39, whichever you want to call it, is Mightier than the Sword. I think that is a callback. In season 1, the priest or the monk that was writing and making people do things was did he stab them in the neck with the pen and use their blood to write with, or was that just like a magical quill?
That was a magical quill. So you could almost look now, any modern day fans would think of this as like, oh hey, that sounds like Death Note. It kind of was. That's where they got the idea from.
Neat. Wait, they got this from Death Note, or Death Note got this from
them? No, Death Note in Japan, they pulled this from Friday the 13th and they made it their own story. So it's very unique in and of itself for Death Note. I have the anime. It's fucking great. Love that show. It doesn't feel like a ripoff. It just feels like, hey, that's a great idea for a concept, but we're going to make things a lot different and we're going to tweak it a bit. And they did that and they give it its own identity. So don't watch the live action Death Note. Watch the anime. Seriously, bro, you would probably like the anime. It's only like 39 episodes. Boom, and done. It's good.
Only 39 episodes and boom, it's done. Okay, well, all right.
I'd tell you to watch Monster instead, but they screwed that up and they never finished the adaptation.
I watched the first 1 or 2 episodes of Death Note on Netflix, the live action, and I did not care for it. I thought I was going to like it a
That's
lot.
terrible, bro. I would not tell anybody to watch that shit. It'll turn you the fuck off.
Yeah, I have yet to see a Netflix show that didn't involve Gabriel Iglesias that I actually enjoyed. Like, they've yet to make a production that I like.
I won't even. The only one that might work for you is maybe One Piece, but even that, I'm like, bro, that's not even the genre you like.
Yeah, no, I like Two Pieces.
And Cowboy Bebop live action, terrible too. So I tell you, just
heard
watch
that.
the animated version of Death Note. It's pretty good.
I will give that a shot. That is something that I wanted to see. I want to like Death Note.
I think you would actually like. Oh, and you will develop a kink by the end of that too.
Neat.
You're welcome. Hey, if Robbie ain't gonna give you a kink, something in Death Note will give you a kink. Or someone.
Robbie gave me a kink for redheads and spirituality and all sorts of things. Witchcraft. Like she destroyed me as a child. Singing.
Well, she did stand out in this season 3 a bit because Johnny was so bad that Jack and Robbie, both of them, they seem to have been like, oh, you brought them from here all the way to like S tier. Like, oh my God, these two are the show. You didn't need fucking Johnny at that point.
It's true. It would have been better to have it just be the two of them, I think. And I understand they wanted to keep it to the dynamic, but it didn't fit. I know at one point they wanted Johnny to be a romantic relationship with Mickey, but it just did not. It wasn't there at all.
Period. He had no chemistry with fucking anybody.
Like she didn't show any longing or interest towards him at all. And
she had more longing towards me, and she didn't even know me.
What about me?
Me and my junior high school era kid.
Yeah.
Robbie, I love you.
We're dorks.
Hell yeah. I'm proud of it too. I watched this show more than I watched like Star Trek The Next Generation when it was coming out in syndication with this show at the same time, because it was in the same damn block. This got canceled and then it was all Star Trek from that point going forward.
Neat. Oh, that's right. It was. That's right. I remember that.
3 years of this, 3 years of that, and then all of a sudden season 4 of Star Trek The Next Generation. Oh damn, we're off to the races.
Yeah, that sounds horrible, doesn't it?
I kind of like Star Trek The Next Generation. What are you talking about, brother?
Yeah, I know. That's why I say it sounds so horrible.
Mm.
Get over. I mean, because this wasn't any good by season 3. So, I mean, you're done. Like, you hope for something better, and then you get season 4 of Star Trek, and you're like, yeah, that's where it really starts to pick up.
All right, so I'm going to move over to Star Trek and screw Friday the 13th season 3. Bro, I watched this live when it was first airing, and everybody felt the air being deflated out of the balloon, so to speak. I had friends that liked the show too, and at the time, we were talking about like, man, this isn't really as good as it was, and they killed Ryan. Well, they didn't really kill Ryan, but they made him a kid again.
Yeah.
And no memory. And reunited him with his mother.
And gave him a girlfriend.
And gave him a bitch-ass girlfriend. Like, Jesus Christ. Just saying.
It wasn't good. It wasn't good. The choices were made.
Yeah. A lot of choices were made for like the first like 9, 10, well, the whole damn season.
Oh, yeah.
They thought they could replace him, and they could not. And that's ultimately the failure of this season because they thought, oh, hey, we'll replace him with Johnny, who we'll just plunk him right in there and it'll be all right. After 2 episodes, I think everybody and their brother was like, no.
But the problem is they kept him being the main character. They kept Mickey and Jack in the background most of the time,
Which I did not like.
Yeah. Yeah. And maybe that'll change come the back half of the season. I don't know. But they are trying to push this as the main character. And I get that. But they should have known after a few episodes, yes, we're not seeing it. Or did they not care?
They probably did not care because Paramount probably gave them the Iggy. You're only getting 1 more season because this is an abbreviated season. It's only 19 episodes long.
Yep.
So they pulled the plug, baby. But all right, Kevin, you want to get into some episodes?
Let's do it, bud.
All right. IMDb, thank you so much. Prophecies Part 1 and 2. We're going to do a twofer on this one. Mickey and Ryan travel to this is not how this works. Jack travels to a French village to begin with to stop a exorcism going on, a demon possession, so to speak. Mickey and Ryan then join him with Johnny. And throughout the course of the events, Ryan is turned into a servant of evil. But he is reverted at the very end of the final episode of the second episode to that of a child who remembers absolutely nothing, so he can be reunited with his mother, so he can relive a childhood without his dead brother to affect his life going forward. Kevin?
No more PTSD. Woohoo!
Yeah, he just knows absolutely nothing at all.
Today's secret word is mulligan.
Fucking hated this episode. They completely undid awful. 2 seasons of Ryan, period.
Yes, it very much altered the nature of the character. Yep. It didn't honor the actor in any way, I don't think. It was hard to watch. They tried making him more emotional at the end, giving him a little bit more to chew on, but it didn't salivate, I guess. I don't know. There was some things that were likable about this episode, but there was a lot more that wasn't likable about it. Like the bad guy was kind of neat, but almost not at the same time. And again, that's that running theme in this season. Like it's almost good, but it's not.
Some folks have a strange idea of entertainment.
Yeah.
That's what they thought about it this episode. Just saying.
Like we could have him win, but we're going to mulligan the whole character and the show.
We're actually going to legit kill him on screen. And 5 minutes later, he's going to be turned into a kid and he's going to be resurrected as the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ.
I didn't catch that part, but yeah, I saw him and the little girl hugging and stuff and holding hands like, wow, we could be friends now. Like, dude, your cousin been wanting to bang you for 2 years. Like, she's a hot redhead. Like, third cousin. It's legal.
Cousin.
It's third cousin. It's legal. It's legal. I'm Portuguese. Leave me alone.
Hey, in most states, it's kind of legal. Just saying. I don't know about this state, but
Arizona.
I don't like any of my cousins anyway, so it wouldn't even matter. I always made you spit.
All I could think of is, hey, Lawrence, what are you doing, bub? He's my first cousin. So anyway, yeah. Former roommate, however. So, he taught me how to keep the toilet seat down. You never know where you're going to have a girl in the house, you dipshit. When have I ever had a girl in the house?
No, I'm not cracking a beer. It's just a 7-Up, everybody.
Loser. I say that because I can't drink beer anymore.
We only have like 4 beers in this house, and I can't drink them until tomorrow. So,
At least just...
and I'm laying off the sauce because I'm on a doctor's appointment schedule, so I got labs coming up. I got some sort of colonoscopy sort of thing that I got.
Yeah.
It's not a colonoscopy. It's a pre-screening of sorts.
I don't know, dude. I say go for the colonoscopy. Sure, they shave your ass, but they give you propofol. And if you don't know what that is, that's the shit that killed Michael Jackson, and it's delightful.
Can they buy me dinner and a couple of drinks first?
Propofol's just fine.
I'm getting up there in age. I don't need to discuss that any further. This is a live stream. Friday the 13th, everybody.
Polyps.
If it was the Jason movies, this would be a totally different conversation. I don't want to talk about this season like at all.
This
God,
is
it was so bad, bro. Okay, I'm gonna level with everybody. Kevin and I both discussed this before we even started streaming, like a few days ago. That, man, these first couple episodes are kind of hard to watch. They are. The rest of them are even harder to watch.
Yep. Because you get to episode 307, you're like, fuck.
Bro, at the vampire episode, I'm like, I don't know if I can do anymore. I really couldn't. And this was yesterday. I could have done more today. And I'm just like, I have no interest.
Yeah.
And I like Jack and I like Roby, so it's like I'll finish watching this, but like this is a struggle this season.
Yeah. Even for Mickey and Jack, like you said, because they don't really have any standout episodes this season yet. Not really. Like, Chris has had some episodes in the last 2 seasons where it's like it's just him, and they are phenomenal episodes about him or about Jack. And
I'm looking at episodes in the back half, and I'm like, these episode titles are terrible, bro.
All the episodes.
My Wife as a Dog, Jack in the Box, Spirit of Television. I'm like, bro, this is our life.
Well, we we were talking about, what was it?
Especially My Wife as a Dog.
Night Prey. We were talking about that just before we started, and I got the Frog Leap cover of Night Fever stuck in my head. Waka chicka waka chicka waka. Night Fever, Night Fever.
Night Fever.
So now whenever I see vampires, I'm going to get Night Fever stuck in my head.
You're welcome.
The heavy metal version, which is really cooler.
Worship Satan.
You know what? Fucking Leo actually has a really dope shirt that has a pentagram on it, but inside the pentagram is Beyonce. I want that so bad, dude.
Oh my God. I can't.
Piss people off.
Well, I will give credit that John did at least try in these first 2 episodes to try and carry as much as he could, but you could clearly see he was a bit checked out. He's like mostly doing this just to fulfill like an obligation of sorts to how do we wrap up my character so I can go off and do my own thing. And this is what they came up with. And in some elements, it's a good ending for him. In other ways, it's, bro, you just totally cucked. And it's hard to watch. Just like, Ryan's leaving the show and they freaking stabbed him and turned him into a kid who has no memory of anything. Whereas he was part of the core of this show. It's like taking John Crichton out of Farscape. It's like taking Richard Dean Anderson out of Stargate SG-1. It's no different than taking Jean-Luc Picard out of Star Trek Enterprise, The Next Generation. Like, you can't just take out one of your main characters and be like, yeah, we're going to do something completely different with this jackass called Johnny.
Or taking out Optimus Prime out of Transformers. Like, oh, wait. They did that, and it didn't work.
I need to add some audio clips.
I'm just saying that to your point. Like, when they have tried that, it most certainly did not work, and they had to bring up Prime back.
Finish him. Finish him.
I miss those. Yeah. Weenie in the butt.
The element of every episode that does not fall flat. Thank you, Fred Mullen, for your fantastic score.
Yeah, man. I really like that song. I always have. This is Night Court will probably always be my favorite like theme song. That and MST and the Muppet Show. But this, I can listen to this and chill out and I get goosebumps every time.
Mm-hmm. I would agree. This, like Married with Children for me, otherwise would be another one of those.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
for some reason, Bosom Buddies. I don't know why, but I always think of that song and then Simon and Simon.
Oh, shit.
18. That's another one too.
A-Team. I have a Frog Leap cover of A-Team, which is awesome.
Copyright strike.
Copyright.
Not going to continue on because we'll get struck down.
Not with your notes.
Damn straight, brother. Because I can't sing worth shit.
And how? Ba-ba-dum boom. Boom, 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 boom. Ba-ba-dum boom, boom, boom. Now we're copywritten.
I used to be able to whistle Battlestar Galactica. I can't do it anymore, though.
Oh, wow.
I can't fucking do it. All right. So, episode 3, Demon Hunter. A family of militia types is being hunted by a demon. I call this the supernatural episode because this is where probably Eric Kripke got the idea on, hey, Sam and Dean Winchester, I can do this 10 times better.
Yeah. Supernatural was much, much better than this. This was
For 5 seasons, it was.
Fair. This again, not bad, but it was really not good at all. Like at no point where you're like, fuck, that was cool. It's predictable.
Yeah, I agree.
It's highly predictable.
It's pretty bad. I did like the end sequence where they were invading like Curious Goods and trying to storm everything in the demon. And then they found out like there was catacombs underneath the store for the first time in like 3 seasons. I'm like, what the fuck? You didn't know about this shit before?
Yeah, right? No, this was here the whole time.
God damn, bro.
And we don't go back to it again.
Ever again. I was just like, I rewound this episode 3 times, being like, did I miss something here? No, it's just been there the entire time.
Yeah. Now, keep in mind, this is not the same episode that has the vampire hunting family.
Oh, God.
Yeah. This is the demon hunting episode.
Yep.
Different
This is
episode.
demons only, baby.
Yep. Vampire hunting episode comes later.
Wishmaster looked better as a demon than this shit.
Oh, golly. You know, I was just about to say the demon was the only redeeming quality to this episode. Like,
And it was still not that great.
Okay, I'll give you that much. But it was wet looking.
True.
They had to light it a certain way in order to make it look creepy and ominous.
It was a good idea.
Yes, it was a good idea. They get a B in execution, I think. Maybe a C.
And I got executed for watching that episode.
But it really was the best part of the episode for me anyway. And so, I mean, I got to give it props for that. How good it was didn't really affect the fact that it actually elevated the episode for me a little bit. Like, okay, at least they're actually showing a demon to hunt. Yeah, it looks a little rawheadish Rexish, but that's okay. It was 1989. We'll take it.
Rawhead Rex. Add that to our movies that we want to cover on our Tuesday night movie reviews.
Check and done. I love me the Clive
Good.
Barker. Which
Hey, we should do Clive Barker months. Just saying.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be Hellraiser. He's done some other movies. Just saying. Lord of Illusions.
Lord of Illusions, Midnight Meat Train, which I heard is horrible.
Hellraiser 1 through 3.
Hellraiser 1 through 3. Nightbreed. Nightbreed is amazing.
Ooh, Nightbreed.
Amazing.
Nightbreed almost feels like it would have been a good Friday the 13th TV show episode, actually, for like a two-parter.
Oh, God, yeah, man. Finding a tribe. Tribe of
that would have been
monsters.
kind of dope.
Yeah, yeah. There's so many places they could have taken this show in the third season that they just didn't. Catacombs
they had some fun liberties with it.
Yeah, like catacombs under the store. Okay, well, thank God they didn't say there was a phantom living under there. But yeah, they fucking tribe of Morlocks. I don't know, shit, something better than what they did, which was fire machine guns at demons. Now
Which
the cult
was totally lame.
The cult getting blown away, that was kind of fun.
Yeah, that was kind of dope.
But it was also predictable that the daughter was the one that was not kidnapped by the cult. She was the cultist. You're like, oh, okay, yeah. Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, tattoo on her above her left breast.
The tittai.
The tittai. Like, bro, you didn't understand that she's been like dragging your asses along the entire freaking time for years on end. Like, come on. You can't be that stupid.
Yeah. And having you do piddly ass shit.
Yep.
Not actually doing anything effective. But
yep.
Y'all have fun.
Yep. Y'all have fun. Y'all get killed. She picks you off all one by one, and then you're all dead at the end anyway. So I don't think it matters. What was even the relic in this episode?
I was
don't even remember.
Just about to ask you the very same thing. I don't think there was one in this episode.
This is where I think the show has taken a turn in that, we're getting away from the actual cursed goods and we're going to start just doing demons and monsters in our episodes now instead of actually relating it to anything to have to do with the show.
Yeah, I don't remember the demon hunters needing anything to thwart a demon insurrection or anything like that.
There was like the dagger. That was about it. But there was nothing to do with that either.
No, the dagger wasn't cursed.
Or anything.
Yeah.
Like,
well, again, that's part of what I was saying, where the plot motivators for the episodes are different this season. It doesn't involve Uncle Lewis's cursed antiques. Not always. Mom?
Sorry. I probably derailed you on that one.
No. No, so there were no artifacts in that one, and that's what I meant earlier when I said that they they have different plot motivators. They jumped the shark a bit.
They didn't just jump the shark, they jumped a Sharknado.
Apparently, someone dropped a baby hammerhead shark in a landlocked state from an airplane.
What?
Yeah. Baby hammerhead almost fell on somebody the other day.
Should I be drinking something harder for this conversation? Jeez.
I will have to look it up for tomorrow night's live stream.
Yes, you will. Well, oh, go ahead.
No. Go ahead. I like what you're about to say.
Episode 4. Crippled Inside, baby. Probably the best episode of this whole third season. A vengeful quadriplegic discovers that she could regain control of her body with the help of a magic wheelchair.
I would have the hardest time controlling that chair with my chin and not going.
I knew you were going to make a comment like that. I knew it.
I'm
By
sorry.
the hair of my chinny chin, I thought you were going to say.
No, boogers.
That's right. Let's go.
My jaw's going to dislocate in my sleep tonight as punishment. I'm sorry, God.
Yep, we're all going to hell for this one because she gets assaulted by a group of guys and she gets run over by a car that she's trying to wave down for help. And basically she ends up in a wheelchair and can't move. And through the magic of a special wheelchair in her house, and she finds the power to
astral project.
Thank you. It's like Emma Frost and Professor Xavier. Like she removes herself from her own body, projects herself, and she goes off and kills everybody. And as she kills people, she starts to gain more and more of her mobility back. And so that's the whole point of the episode is like this wheelchair is giving her the will to kill people and get her mobility back. It's like, man, that's kind of tragic in the way it ends is everybody dead. Except for the jackass who had the wheelchair to begin with and sold it off to the kid. And he's like, oh, I'm just doing God's work.
Yeah.
What? That was fucked up, bro. I gotta admit.
Not your God, perhaps, but mine.
I'm doing the Lord's work. I was like, dear God, that was excellent.
I liked his moxie. I did. Like
he was such a prick. He was so unassuming at the beginning of the episode. And by the end of the episode, he's like the big bad of the whole damn show at that point. It's like, forget Lewis. This is the new bad boy.
He should have been like, golly, that could have been your devil demon, like the Violator popping up throughout each.
Yep. Just to create havoc.
Maybe that's what this show needed, or what the season needed, was a Violator type character to do that, to pop in and say, this is what I'm doing, you know.
And straight screw with people, yeah.
I'm ahead of you. I'm causing more trouble.
Yeah, because we're trying to resurrect Satan, but you know what? We can't do that, so I'm just going to create havoc on Earth anyway.
Yeah, you know.
That would have been a very interesting choice to go with this season to off balance what they were doing with Johnny.
Call us.
Okay. We'll take 10% off the back end.
No, off the back end.
Hey, Robert Downey Jr. did that too. He made out just dandy.
That's true. But this was another episode where we have a cursed antique, but it is not one of Lewis's antiques.
Nope.
So you're just kind of like, okay. This is kind of the premise, but it's not. It's
kind of stretching at this point.
Yeah, like this is not something that they're trying to retrieve. And that's what
4 episodes in, they should have this shit figured out, honestly.
Yeah, like I don't know if this was new writers or if they just told them know,
Hello, Moira Kitty.
hello. I don't know what they told them or why they told them it's okay to stray from the plot. Maybe they didn't want to pay the actor any royalties for having used the
Get that girl.
Okay, I'll explain this. That cigarette right there is everything wrong with this fucking season.
It's half burnt.
I had to zoom up on my fucking television. This is a picture of my fucking TV. Like, she's supposed to be smoking. And
There's
it's
no
so
smoke.
very well, no, she's been like, it's been lit, but they've done the take so many times and she's not taken a drag off that cigarette or flicked it that it's
Wait,
just
do I got a cigarette around here? No. Shit.
this is before they burned out.
Girl, I'll show you how to smoke a damn cigarette. It's been like 18 years, but I could smoke one. Probably cough up a goddamn lung by doing it. But
I'm getting really good about that shit. Like, I could sit next to my roommate and like in my room, in between my roommate and my landlord, and they're smoking, and I'm just kind of like, I don't give a shit.
But that's a vape pen, what you got, right?
Yes. Yeah. But it also fucking kind of destroys my nasal cavity, and I don't smell their smoke much. And it's also
Could be worse. It could be a cigarette.
yeah, I don't want to smoke cigarettes anymore. I don't. That shit's addictive. Hand to mouth is addictive anyway.
A2M as well.
It was obligatory. I'm sorry. Obligatory. I'm not even drinking.
Obligatory. Well, we do have this is one of the more interesting episodes, Crippled Inside, in that like you almost feel for the girl and she ends up dying at the end. And it's like, man, this is more of what we grew to like out of the first two seasons. Was basically, and nothing good happens to any of these people, no matter how nice they are, what bad shit happens to them. The second they turn somewhat bad, they dead.
Yes.
It's like a Batman Rogues Gallery almost. It's like, damn, that's rough.
There's always a price to pay for accepting the help of the antique. Always, no matter who does it. Even when it's been Ryan or Mickey.
Don't be shamed, Moira. We do not shame. We do not kink shame. We don't nicotine shame. We don't do any shaming around here. It's just Kevin, for whatever reason.
Because I miss cigarettes.
Bro, me too.
I was a happier. No, I wasn't happier when I smoked, but I was able to.
You were calmer.
Yeah. Yeah.
Zen.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what they should have done in this season, was have a cigarette smoking episode where everybody's just zen when they smoke.
Maybe, but they didn't want to promote it at this point. This is where they were starting to be like, oh shit, that's actually bad for you.
Oh, of course.
But you could still smoke inside in 1988.
Oh, of course. I mean, that's just the way, man, these older shows, that's the charm of some of them, is like you could watch them and not worry about messaging or anything. Yes, you could view like there's a message or a preachiness to a particular episode, but it never beats you over the head with it to like the nth degree. So you could just watch an episode, enjoy it, and be like, you know what, that was not too bad.
That having been said, check out our previous episode regarding season 2 of Resident Alien.
No, we didn't do that. We didn't do season 2. Screw that goddamn show.
Especially the 3rd episode.
Oh God, bro, that was so
clang,
bad.
clang, clang goes the point.
Man bashing to the nth degree. And I literally told you, I don't know how much more I want to watch this show. But at least they got past that.
Yeah.
And they scaled it back quite a bit. So With this,
Well-
with Friday the 13th, though, they didn't have too much of this going on. They just had some dumbass named Johnny ruining the show, really.
And weird artifacts coming from nowhere.
That
like
were not in the book.
We're not in the book, which I believe the next one was not in the book. The hearing aid.
Correct. Bad Penny was.
Yes, Bad Penny was. And Bad Penny was a callback because they didn't find the Bad Penny. That was actually lost. I remember that one. And I was glad to see it come back because
that was a good episode for the most part.
They needed some kind of pop to make you be like, oh, okay, I liked that. They needed to make you feel what you felt for the first 2 seasons. So bringing some of those elements from the first 2 seasons back would help the fact that, you know, you lost Ryan, you lost the Uncle Lewis aspect of the show, because that was a big angle that they took away.
Yeah,
so maybe a couple callbacks helped. I don't know. It certainly helped for me.
Yeah. And then we get into episode 5 with Stick It in Your Ear, Kevin. Did you stick it in your ear because of the hearing aid episode? I do like the fact that this had some good body horror elements going on with it, especially the final few minutes. Like, that was some wicked stuff where, like, right on broadcast TV, the head's just deforming, and that was fantastic. I actually like that, the ending of the episode.
This was before Tipper Gore got a hold of the fucking FCC.
God damn it, Tipper.
There was no
we snuck
parental
one
advisory.
in on you, bitch.
There was no parental advisory on this shit.
Oh, God, right? Thank God for small favors on that.
Yeah.
Between this and, like, Freddy and Freddy's Nightmares, like, Christ almighty.
Yeah, there was some gross shit on both shows. Monsters, too.
Yeah, I still need to get that show.
I think they're import DVDs. Otherwise, it's on Tubi. Tubi or
it is on
Prime.
Tubi. Okay, so maybe we will add that to the rotation.
Yeah, it's on.
I do want to see
Prime,
that. I don't remember it, but I do want to see it.
I remember liking it a lot. Now, I don't remember its actual quality, but I remember liking it a lot.
Ooh, Moira's got a good comment. The only one I can remember from watching many, many years ago is the one with the cursed baby stroller from the Titanic.
Did we do that one?
I want to say that was the season 2 episode. Because that was the couple and they tried to keep their baby alive. I think that was season 2. I'm going to double check on that, though.
I don't know. I remember the coffin. No, that wasn't it. I don't remember a stroller. I remember a bassinet.
Maybe it was the bassinet. Oh, God, I came across the Scarlet Cinema one with the werewolf.
Yeah! Maybe it's coming up. I don't know. Because there's a...
I feel like we already watched it, though. You know what? That might be season 1.
My wife is a dog.
Could be a bassinet. That's what Moira says. I think it's the bassinet one.
All right, then. I don't know. Like, some of these, like, the details will elude you, but then you'll see certain scenes or certain aspects of the story where you're just kind of like, oh, shit, that's a repressed memory. Right on. Sometimes that works out really well. Other times, not so much in this show.
Moira, episode 25, season 1. What a mother wouldn't do. A woman is driven to murder when her newborn's cursed cradle seeks revenge.
That's right.
That episode. So that's season 1.
That's where she kills her husband.
Yup.
That's fucked up. That's right.
That was an awesome episode.
Yeah. God, I love the first 2 seasons.
Pretty
Fuck this
much.
shit.
I mean, we'll finish up season 3 here. But
Yeah. Anyway, one thing I did want to say about the hearing aid is you mentioned that it had great body horror.
yes.
The close up of the hearing aid when it was attached, like they did in Friday, or not Friday 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 6, because they took that from this, but this had that little added element where the cap of the hearing aid was like fabric or plastic, but it was like sucking in and out, like it was breathing or pulsating, and it
That was
looked
pretty good.
so cool. It was done cheaply, but it was done very cool at the same time. Whereas when they did that with Carlos in Nightmare 6, there was a lot more prosthetic put on it. There was a lot more
Yes.
wetness to it, but it didn't have that pulsation. And I think it was just that little simple thing that made it.
Are you trying to turn on our audience right now?
No. Then there'd be a talk
Moistness,
very close.
closeness. ASMR, Kevin. You gotta talk softer.
Start rubbing my beard on the microphone. Yeah.
There you go, brother.
We're gonna get canceled.
That's fine. We ain't
Anyway.
going nowhere. We don't give a shit.
All right. So, Bad Penny.
Yeah, Bad Penny. Mickey
Taste-
discovers that a deadly item from her past has resurfaced and a satanic coin that can bring back the dead to life.
Did they bring
And this is the
anyone-
one that brought Mickey back to life in a previous season. So she's got a grudge with this particular artifact, so to speak.
Yeah, a little unnecessary. Like, she could be a little grateful to it. It didn't bring her back as a zombie
Correct.
like everyone else did.
I mean, we talked about this episode in depth, like when we covered it. It's like, this is a great episode, but
Not this
did it
one.
really need to come back around again? Because all it did was serve to forward Johnny's character more than like any PTSD that Robbie has.
Yeah,
Or
like,
Mickey.
it ends with Mickey's PTSD, but it doesn't focus on it. And that was a mistake, I think, in storytelling.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, like, they could have focused more on her PTSD, how she copes with it throughout this episode, and trying to track down the coin, trying to track down the cops, and it really doesn't. It focuses more on Johnny and his dad, and you're just kind of like, okay, there's this other shit that should be going on though, that's more important than this, but they tried to like merge the two plot lines together by the end,
Yeah.
and it didn't work out well enough for me. Like, I didn't need all the involvement with Johnny and his closure.
Especially with like his dad. He's just trying to like, I just want to say goodbye to my dad and bring my dad back to life. Bro, what the fuck is wrong with you? You know all of this is bad shit.
Yeah, like
you know better.
And this is not
Ryan
the
never
first
tried
time
this
you've
shit.
done
Mickey
that.
never tried this shit. Jack never tried this shit, but you? Oh, hey, I'm gonna run in here and I'm gonna start fucking shit up.
Yeah, I'm gonna start using all these things that I know are fucking cursed by the devil. Devil.
Yep.
Evil.
And
It's a word.
I then end up having to kill my own goddamn dad at the end of the goddamn episode. It's like, bro, what the fuck did you think was gonna happen? I don't know. Like this is a lesson in futility with this show at this point.
Yeah, at this point, you're just kind of watching it to see what happens, not because you're emotionally involved.
And don't get me wrong, I don't hate this show. It's just, it's frustrating to know what the show could have been as opposed to what it turned into in this third season.
Yeah.
So there's good story elements, there's good character moments, but Johnny is the bull in the proverbial china shop. He kind of ruins it for us.
This is very much Friday the 13th is very much like Ash versus Evil Dead in the sense where you had a great first season, you had an almost even better second season, and then third season when you're expecting it to fucking just pop like a holy trinity, it fizzles and fades away. Like it's almost good.
God, I like third season of that show though, and
But
you hate me for it too
because it didn't go nowhere. Like.
So to speak.
Tappert.
Bobby. Hey, it's going to be Evil Dead month in October, so we're going to have some fun with that. So.
Yeah, I'm getting ready with my Tappert.
Yeah, I might be joining you on that bandwagon for season 3, but we'll see what we can do otherwise. But I did like Bad Penny. I did like seeing the coin come back. Like you're calling back an Easter egg from a previous season, so that worked for me. I got a kick out of that, and that everybody kind of knew what was going on except for dumbass Johnny, and he seemed to think, "Oh, hey, I'm gonna bring back my dad, and we're gonna deal with some corrupt cops at the same time."
Yeah, it was so stupid.
And that acted like the dumbest cops I think I've ever seen outside of like Police Squad.
Yeah, very inept. Like they should have been like rent-a-cops at best.
Like security guards, really.
Yeah, like the old
Paul
veteran
Blart
cop.
is a better cop than these two idiots.
Yeah. The veteran cop was just a joke. Just a joke.
Yep.
And mourning his longtime partner that was a rookie was really questionable. To raise him from the dead was even worse. So yeah.
Bingo.
Like you just met this fool.
Well, maybe we should just turn the dial, Kevin. Hate on your dial. Episode 7. A racist uses a cursed antique car radio to travel back to 1954 and tries to prevent the arrest and death of his father, a member of the KKK.
I wanted to text.
I have one note for this episode. That's racist.
Yeah.
Quantum Leap did this episode way better.
Ew. Well, yeah, with Sam trying to stop stuff.
Yep.
We're trying to stop a murder from happening, and yeah.
Bingo.
I remember that. Yeah. This was pretty bad. Now again, Archie, the older brother that had mental disabilities, he goes on to have a good acting career.
Yes,
nobody else in the episode does, including Johnny.
Johnny never had an acting career. What are you talking about?
I'm so sorry, dude. But anyway, no, I wanted to text you and say, dude, this episode's in black and white. You know what that means. But I wanted to follow it up with, it's still not as bad as the fucking Bram Stoker episode, though. So,
hey, if it's not black and white, it ain't right.
Well, no, because every time they do black and white, it's when they go back in color or back in time, and you're like,
yep.
I don't like.
I groaned when they went back in time. I'm like, oh no, not this shit again.
This was a hard episode. They did the racist shit pretty well. Like, I will say this about that. Everyone that was supposed to be a Klansman looked like a Klansman.
Yes. They did do their homework on the episode. I won't knock them points on that one. So
yeah, like this and episode 4 are probably the two episodes that stand out the most for me. The Crippled Inside episode. I didn't expect him to actually shoot the little black boy. I was like, oh
yeah, he smoked his ass while drunk.
Yeah, and The fact that he fucking pulled a shotgun on a kid in general, you're just kind of like, dude, what the hell is the matter with you? And then fucking actually starts firing shots at him later. Like, I know it's the South, but come on, man. Like, really?
Like,
Grow the
nobody
fuck
was
up.
that stupid.
No. Like, I don't know if they were trying to, like, get on the whole A Time to Kill thing or what, but or a View
Yeah,
to
I
Kill.
have no idea.
Harsh. Like, they all but used the N-word in this episode.
Just about.
And you're
If
like,
they had dropped it, I would have been like, whoa, not expecting that.
well, the thing is you could say that on TV back then.
Yep.
I remember at this point in time when Blazing Saddles would come on, the N-word was not bleeped out, but the farts
That's
were.
true.
The whole fart scene was cut out.
Yep.
And you're just kind of like, huh.
I like that movie.
Oh, I like that movie too, but
he crazy. He gonna shoot me. Back off. Back off.
He's just crazy enough to do it.
Just saying.
I fucking love that movie. That and
That's a
fucking
good movie.
Clue are the two funniest movies ever made.
I only saw it for the first time last year. So that was pretty rad to watch that.
Blazing Saddles?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'd never seen it before until last year.
That movie kills me every time.
Amy and I were like dying laughing watching that whole damn movie. We had a blast with that.
The fucking bad guys, Hedy Lamar is just fucking Headley, hysterical. Anyway,
God, you got a prettier tongue than a $2 whore.
Shit. Okay, here's gonna be our racist Friday night thing. You're right. It is weird to censor a fart, but not the N-word. But the thing is they thought farts were dirty back then.
Yep.
We were not a civil race.
Yeah.
And when I say not a civil race, I don't mean race. We're not a civil species. I apologize. I said that wrong. We're bad.
We're going
we're trying to get better though. Anyway.
No, we're trying to get canceled.
No, not us. I meant like the human race.
Oh. That's true too.
Yeah.
Hey, welcome
All
to
right.
YouTube, everybody.
Anyway, so yeah, this was a hard episode, but I loved the ending with the guy crying for his daddy and the dad fucking setting him on fire and being like, Southern man don't need any hand or don't need any help. I'm like, oh, you're burning your kid. Oh, you suck.
Quit being a pussy there, boy. You get burned up. Extra crispy style.
Kinda like I'm the guy that always roots for the bull in the fucking bullfight. So it's like it was good to see the racists get lit on fire.
Poof, up in flames. He's flaming.
Sorry, I just don't like racism.
Yeah. Who does?
Racists.
No, don't answer that question. People in LA have a different story and take on that. So
saying. Lord. That's yeah.
Yeah, we'll take our finger off that powder keg right now. But episode 8, Night Prey. We got our vampire episode, everybody. A cursed crucifix helps a husband exact revenge on the vampire who stole his bride during their honeymoon in 1969. And this is where I checked out on this show.
This was really stupid.
This was bad. They tried to make Jack more relatable again. It was completely unnecessary.
Yeah. Was this where they tried to go noir?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. That was annoying as fuck. I always hate noir episodes.
I like noir, but it irritated me in this episode because it's like, I think you don't have the right concept on what noir is. And trying to adapt it into a Friday the 13th, the TV series episode, was a bad idea.
Yeah. Like they went over a checklist of things: saxophone, pouty look, and an ADR narration.
Bingo.
And you're like,
and it didn't work.
Yeah, no, you guys forgot the fucking weird angles, black and white, ceiling fans, shadows. Anyway.
It's too bad. This is where I was like, I don't know how much more of this I want to watch. But I know Kevin's a little bit further ahead on me, so we'll cover whatever he was willing to talk about next after this particular episode. But
no, well, I'll save it for next
I
week.
like vampire stuff, but this episode just did not work for me at all. I like the light up on the crucifix. I liked the idea that, oh hey, we're doing a Lost Boys episode for this show. It's a great idea. The execution was just terrible, though. Everybody looked like they were freaking bored in this freaking episode.
For the most part, yes. I mean, I didn't like the concept of the antique, the cross that's made has to murder somebody in order to vanquish evil. Yeah. Like I'm pretty sure nothing like that was no. Not really. But I did like how it would fucking blast the fire and fucking knock the vampire across the room. That was awesome.
That was pretty rad.
Yeah, blowtorches are always fun. Conceptually, though,
good point. A murder cross is weird. I actually like that description of it too. Murder cross.
It's kind of what it was. Like
it was.
You had to kill somebody innocent in order to kill something evil. You're like, well, quid pro quo, my sucker.
That would have worked well in like From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah, I guess. Something to stab the vampire with, not a normal person. Which, yeah,
exactly.
I guess that's what we should have clarified. This is made to kill normal people.
Well said.
And then it shoots a blast of energy to kill a vampire. You're like, all right then. Well, that's different. Not an Uncle Lewis.
I cast you from this place, devil.
Yeah. So I mean, it had its moments, but it just did not come across as being a good episode. It wasn't. The good guy decides to become a vampire at the end, so he could be with his wife finally. She couldn't wait.
Falls flat.
Yeah, and it didn't work out at all. Like, I wanted to like more.
Oh, I'm gonna let you live after I just killed everybody else in this goddamn bitch. Like, what the hell are you doing, bro?
I think what he meant to say was, tell your friends about me.
True. My name is not Blade, but I'm just as black from the waist down.
I'm gonna let you live. Fuck off. Get out of here. Go tell your friends.
Pretty much. Jeez Louise.
Sorry, I watched Batman as a kid.
Hey, we all watched a bunch of cool stuff as kids.
Leave one to tell the story.
And now, the news.
Old clip from a previous episode, everybody. Season 2.
Much cooler radio.
Evil events from evil causes spring. Aristophanes said that.
Kevistopheles?
Aristophanes.
Oh, yes, of course.
You're not high enough, Kevin. Come on. You got to catch up around here, bro.
I have to drive home after this.
All right. Well,
then I'm going to get tanked.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about, my man. Hey, I didn't watch any more episodes, but did you watch any more? Did you watch Femme Fatale or In Mightier Than the Sword?
Yeah, I watched them both, and I'm not going to spoil them for you because they were both episodes that I do remember. And so from the last 2 seasons, you remember I was a little frustrated. Like season 1, I remembered the pilot, and I remembered the Titanic episode, the bassinet episode, like Moira was mentioning. In season 2, I remembered a little bit more, most certainly the one with the kid that was abused, that they brought the corpse back to life. That one I remembered very vividly. Now, or the one with the guy that wanted to become the singer that he was obsessed with, Vanity. This this season I'm remembering more and more episodes, and I'm kind of like, oh, okay. So the next two, it looks like maybe 3 episodes I'm looking at ahead. I'm like, I very much remember these.
Yeah, I'm
It's
looking at the synopses. I'm like, I think I remember some of these on the back half.
Mightier Than the Sword was not bad.
My
It
Wife is a
wasn't
Dog.
bad.
I remember that one for sure.
I do not remember that. I think that wasn't that with
Well, it's an episode after both of our lives.
oh, I thought it was that episode with Amy Adams in it.
That too.
Oh. Night bitch.
Ah, women. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Spirit of Television, the Charnel Pit. That I remember because it's the Marquita Sade picture.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I remember. That's the final episode of the season. So that I remember. And like the Jack in the Box, an angry child avenges her father's senseless death using a cursed toy. So I remember the Jack in the Box episode. Yeah.
Oh, I'm so down with that.
There are some good episodes. It's just this first half trying to get through it. It's like, oh, not so great.
Well, I can't wait to see the good ones. I mean, again, the callback episodes, those are fun. The last 2 episodes that I watched, those were fairly good-ish. Femme Fatale, not so much. Not so much. But
Understood. Glad I stopped when I did.
it's still interesting. It's another camera time travel type episode. Kind
Time
of
travel with this show just does not work.
It's like the where they had the camera with the Civil War pictures.
Yeah,
It's a little bit like that. So
that one was kind of lame too. So
this is a little bit better. Maybe.
if you say so.
Conceptually, it's a little bit better.
Conceptually.
Yeah. It's a little bit more like Sunset Boulevard.
Oh, Sunset Boulevard.
Don't get that song stuck in my fucking son of a bitch.
You're welcome.
I have Glenn Close stuck in my head now. Thank you, fucker.
As the sun comes at over Santa Monica Boulevard.
No, dude, haven't you seen fucking Sunset Boulevard, the Andrew Lloyd Webber play?
No. I'm not a fig. I'm teasing you, dude.
I'm not a date. What are you getting at, you piece of shit?
I said fig.
Call me fruit. Jeez.
And Moira, to be fair, I do like time travel stuff. I like Time Cop. I like the old TV show Time Tracks from like years ago. There's a lot of good time travel stuff out there. Like what they do in this show, though, just does not work. It just does not fit, and it feels very disjointed and out of place.
Yeah, it's more magic than sci-fi.
Yeah,
and not very well explained magic.
Correct. When they've tried to do this in previous seasons, it's just like you almost have to ignore the time travel aspect and just enjoy the story for what it is. But when you get to this point in season 3, it's almost smacking you in the face of, no, this is what it's gonna be, and you're gonna take it. So it feels like it's beating over the head with it.
Yeah. Yeah. And sometimes it's not that bad. Other times it's really insufferable. The first time they did it in season 1 was really, really insufferable and hard. It was the hardest episode to watch.
It was so out of place.
Yeah. They meet Bram Stoker and inspire the Dracula story.
That's true.
And it was
I did like that aspect. It just it didn't fit.
No, not really, because the story itself was boring. Before they time traveled, it was a lot more interesting than that.
Exactly.
When it was still in color. I don't know.
But no, we're going to introduce actual vampires, actual werewolves, and actual demons and actual things like that, instead of cursed goods that bring these things to fruition.
Yeah.
And I'd rather have the Necronomicon floating around in this damn show at this point.
Yeah, and I get it. They were trying to have some Kolchak episodes.
Yep.
But this is not Kolchak. It's
Right.
it's close. It's an anthology type show, but just with different artifacts, different antiques. Like they didn't need to bring in the different species of creatures. That wasn't necessary. It wasn't bad, but again, it wasn't necessary because it wasn't done well.
Right. It's like they were trying to like move this on over to like a supernatural type of show where creature feature of the week.
Yes.
X-Files would end up doing this to a perfection, I would argue, in the first like 3-4 seasons. So
yeah, yep. Before they got into the alien bees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the bee episode. What was that? Season 2? Because that was the one episode I remembered.
Yes, where they would sting life into people's hands and stuff like that.
Yep.
But they had to keep getting stung, I think. Otherwise they would lose. No, they had to get they had to drink the honey with their blood.
Okay.
That's what it was. Yeah. That was a harsh episode. I hate bees. They terrify me.
I don't know. That one always like stuck with me. So,
no pun intended.
Yeah, no pun intended. And Cody, we see your comment in there. That might be included on our Saturday live stream. So we will see.
We throw the most random shit on there.
Yep. We have a good time. Horror, science fiction. So Saturdays for everybody that are like, what the hell are these two idiots talking about? We do live streams on Saturday. We talk about news items during the week. We like to focus on horror, science fiction, and some pop culture. And we have a good time just yamming it up with our buddies. We got Chad, we got Kevin, got me. And sometimes we have some other people joining us. And if they're not canceled, they tune in too. So we had somebody who was going to join us the last couple of weeks, and he's like, I don't want to get you guys canceled. And it's like, okay.
Have you seen our show?
Can't cancel us. We already canceled, bitch. So Cody, we'll see if we can include that in tomorrow. I know that's you though, Cody. So now, Kevin, did you want to talk about Femme Fatale or Mightier Than the Sword, or do you want to save that for our next episode?
I'm going to save that for the next episode because I don't want to give no spoilers.
Not a problem. So what we do on longer seasons, everybody, when it's more than like about, say, 16 episodes, we are going to split them in half. We do that with Farscape. We do that with First Wave. We do that with War of the Worlds, which we never did season 2 of. And we're not gonna unless people start giving us some super chats for that. Like, you're going to have to pay to make us watch that shit.
Yeah.
So War of the World season 2, that's gonna be a trick to pull that off. But we did do all of like Freddy's Nightmares. We've had fun with Crow's Stairway to Heaven. Good goddamn show on that one too. But we split them up in half. So we will be doing the remaining episodes of this in 2 weeks, everybody. And this is Nostalgia TV. We are your graveyard shift of forgotten television shows. Kevin, you want to say anything else before I wrap it up tonight?
Again, join us tomorrow night. I can't wait to see everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Happy Friday the 13th.
Yeah, man. If you guys still have time, go watch a Jason movie after this.
Did they ever announce whatever was going on Friday the 13th, by the way?
No.
Because there was supposed to be some news today, I thought. From like the universe from like Cunningham or whatever.
Vinny had some news, but no, they did not.
I like Vinny. Vinny's cool by me.
So definitely check out Womp Stomp Films. They have some news stuff today. And most of it, Vinny's all gotten on his Twitter site.
Yeah, and he did his Ghost Files a little bit earlier that I need to be playing after we wrap up this stream. So I'm going to be checking that out. So, hey, thank you everybody for tuning in for Nostalgia TV. This is what we started off with. This is our podcast. This is our original show. We just kind of moved it around a few nights, but we're glad to have everybody with us. We will be revisiting Ash vs. Evil Dead come October. We got some fun items and shows and movies in store for everybody else for the rest of this summer. So thank you everybody for tuning in. Hit the like button down below. We greatly appreciate it. Subscribe if you are digging us. We'd love to have you around with us. Hit the bell notification so you stay tuned, because YouTube does not like to notify people when we go live. So hit the notify button. Make sure that you're notified. And I think that's going to be it. I think you can all punch out now. Y'all have a good night, and we'll see you next time.
Who are you?
I'm Harry Vanderspiegel. I'm a doctor. You don't have an